Retirement taught me something nobody warned me about. It's not about money, it's not about health. It's about the slow, quiet disappearance of your own choices. You're standing in the kitchen with the mail in your hand, trying to decide which envelope to open first, and you don't even realize that decision is already being made for you. Most people think the biggest challenge in retirement is making sure their savings last. They worry about the market, about inflation, about outliving their funds. That's the assumption. The real threat to your independence isn't your bank balance. It's the invisible shrinking of your daily choices. One by one, small decisions stop being yours to make. You stop noticing. The mail decides what you read. The doorbell decides who you talk to. The clock on the microwave decides when you start your day. And every time you let something else decide, you give away a piece of the life you built. There's a single piece of mail that arrives every week that takes more control away from you than any bill ever could. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, I need to ask you something. Hit subscribe before we get started. This channel is for people who have run their own households for decades and intend to keep doing exactly that. There's new videos going up all the time. Now let's get into it. We're going to answer 3 questions today. What am I losing without noticing? How does that loss actually make things harder? And what can I do about it today with what I already have? Number 1. Stop answering your door before you look. Most people open the door automatically when the bell rings. They assume it's a package, a neighbor, maybe the mailman. They just pull the door open and figure out who it is after. That's the mistake. Your front door is the boundary between your private world and the public one. Every time you open it without a clear reason, you hand over the power to the person on the other side. You let their agenda walk right into your house. You're not being rude by checking first. You're being careful. That carefulness is what keeps your home yours. Here's the fix. Put a small hook or nail next to the door and hang a pair of binoculars there. Nothing expensive. Just something that lets you see without being seen. Then, before you open that door, you look. You can test this right now. Walk over and check your peephole. Is it clean? Is it clear enough to actually see a face? If it's dusty, wipe it. If it's blocked, move what's blocking it. That's your proof. You should be able to see who's on the other side without opening the door. Margaret is 78. She sits in her worn velvet armchair by the window. She told me I used to just open up and figure it out after. Now I look first. It changes everything. Know who it is before they see you. Number 2. Read your junk mail with suspicion. Most people toss the flyers and the official-looking offers straight into the recycling. They don't even glance at them. They assume it's all trash. That's the mistake. The paper itself isn't the problem. The habit of not reading is the problem. If you stop looking closely at what comes into your house, you stop exercising the muscle of judgment. A blank space forms where your decision used to be. That space gets filled by whoever is loudest. First it's the mail, then it's the phone call, then it's the person at the door. You stop deciding what enters your life and just let everything in. Here's the fix. Keep a red pen in the kitchen drawer. Every single piece of mail that comes in, you circle one thing on it before you throw it away. It can be a date, it can be a price, it can be a name. Just one thing. That one circle is you saying, I saw this, I decided this is not for me. You're practicing judgment. You can test this today. Grab the last flyer you kept instead of throwing away. Find the date on it. Can you see it? That's the practice. You're training your eye to look. Make the paper answer to you. Number 3. Call someone today without a reason. Most people wait until they have something to say before they pick up the phone. They need an excuse. They need news. They need a purpose. That's the mistake. Conversations that only start with a purpose come harder to start at all. The phone itself begins to feel like a tool for emergencies. It stops being a cord for connection. And when that happens, the silence stretches. In that stretched silence, a small problem can feel much larger than it is. A question about a light bulb becomes an hour of worry because you didn't call your sister last Tuesday. Here's the fix. Choose a contact in your phone and dial them. Your opening line is, I have nothing to say, so I thought I'd call. That's it. That's the whole reason. You're not asking for anything. You're not reporting anything. You're just keeping the line warm. You can test this right now. Look at your recent call log. Count how many outgoing calls were just to chat, not to ask something, not to confirm something, just to hear a voice. That number tells you how often you're letting the connection stay alive. Keep the line warm before you need it. Number 4, move one chair this afternoon. Most people keep all their furniture exactly where it was placed when they moved in. The sofa goes where the sofa always went. The chair stays by the window because that's where it's always been. That's the mistake. When you stop moving things, you stop adapting. Your environment becomes a fixed map, but you are still changing. A chair by a drafty window isn't a small inconvenience. A table too far from the outlet isn't a minor annoyance. Every time you walk around that table, you're paying a daily tax on your energy. That tax adds up. It makes you tired in ways you don't connect to the furniture. Here's the fix. Slide the chair you sit in most towards the natural light source. Just 1 foot, that's all. You don't need to rearrange the whole room. Just shift the one piece that holds you most. You can test this right now. Sit in the new spot. Can you see out the window without turning your head? If you can, you've just claimed that light for yourself. If you can't, move it a little more. Your room works for you, not the other way around. Number 5. Unplug your microwave for a minute. Most people reset the clock by mashing buttons. They try to remember the sequence. They push start, clock, time, and hope it works. That's the mistake. The microwave clock is a small master. Every time you reset it, you're proving you can follow its rules. You're learning its sequence. You're bending to its logic. But if you unplug it, you reset the machine's memory, not your own. You are taking back the initiation of the action. You decide when it starts. You decide when it stops. It's a tiny power shift, but those tiny shifts add up. Here's the fix. Unplug the microwave, plug it back in, set the time. But take 30 seconds to do it. Don't rush. Just set the numbers. You're telling the machine what to do, not the other way around. You can test this right now. Look at the clock on the microwave. Is it right? If it's not, you already have a project. If it is, unplug it anyway. Reset it. See how it feels to begin that task on your terms. You tell the machine what to do. Number 6. Open your calendar to next Tuesday. Most people keep plans only in their head. They feel free when their week is empty. They look at a blank calendar and feel relief. That's the mistake. An empty calendar doesn't mean you have freedom. It means you have no commitments to the outside world. The feeling of nothing planned can slowly become a feeling of nothing to plan for. You lose the small forward motion of anticipation. Anticipation is what gives shape to your days. Without it, one day bleeds into the next, and you stop looking ahead. Here's the fix. Write one appointment for next Tuesday at a specific time. It can be walk to the corner and back. It can be call my sister. It can be sort the drawer by the sink. The content doesn't matter. The act of writing it down matters. You are declaring that next Tuesday exists and that you will be in it. You can test this right now. Turn to next Tuesday on your calendar. Is there anything written there? If not, write something. Even if it's small, even if it's silly. Put it on the page. Own your time on paper. Number 7. Answer one question with, I don't know. Most people feel they must have an answer ready. Especially on the phone, especially at the door, especially when someone asks something that feels official. They scramble for a response. That's the mistake. The pressure to perform knowledge is exhausting. When you feel you always need to know, you can't think. You just react. You say yes when you mean no. You agree when you need time. You hand over information you shouldn't because you didn't pause. I don't know stops all of that. It stops the momentum of a conversation going in a direction you don't want. It gives you a pause, a second to think. It's a full stop that you control. Here's the fix. Next time someone asks you for a decision or information, say, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Do not explain, do not apologize, just say it. You can test this right now. Remember the last time you said, I'll need to think about it. How did it feel? Did the world end? No. You just bought yourself time. Robert is 81. He works at his workshop vise with its cool metal handle. He told me, "I used to say yes just to end the phone call. Now I say I don't know first. It's the best answer I ever learned." I don't know is a complete sentence. Number 8. Let your trash can get half full before you empty it. Most people take out the garbage the moment the bag shows any sign of needing it. They see a little bit of food waste, and they tie it off. That's the mistake. Punctuality is a virtue. Order is a virtue. But doing a task too early wastes your energy and your time. It also robs you of the data. If you always empty the bag when it's half full, you never know what your real consumption is. You never see the pattern. You just react. Letting the bag fill tells you something about your week. It forces you to wait. And waiting, in a world that wants you to act now, is a form of self-possession. Here's the fix. Tie the bag off only when it's visibly full enough to need 2 hands to carry it. That's your threshold. Not a mental one, a physical one. You can test this right now. Go look at your kitchen trash. Is it truly full? Or is it just a little used? If it's only half, leave it. Let it sit. Let it wait on you. Make the chore wait on you. Number 9. Put your keys in the last place you use them. Most people always have a designated spot. A hook by the front door, a bowl on the table. They put their keys there every single time. That's the mistake. If you always know where your keys are, you are never locked in. But if you always put them in the same place, you stop thinking about them. You stop noticing. The key to having control isn't having a place for everything. It's knowing you can find everything because you remember putting it where you were when you last came in. The hook is for habit. The counter is for memory. Here's the fix. For 1 week, put your keys where you put down your bags or your hat when you walked in. If you came through the kitchen, put them on the kitchen counter. If you came through the back door, put them on the shelf there. Put them where your hand was already going. You can test this right now. Walk to your door. Where would your hands naturally put them down? That's where they should go tonight. Remember where you put them. Number 10. Test your front door deadbolt. Most people assume the lock is fine because the door is closed. They twist the handle. It feels okay. They move on. That's the mistake. The mechanism of your security isn't your strength. It's a small piece of metal. If it's stiff, if it's sticky, if it's loose, your sense of safety is on borrowed time. Knowing it works is better than hoping it works. You need to feel it in your hand. You need to know the weight of that turn. You need to be the one who confirms it, not the one who assumes it. Here's the fix. Lock and unlock your deadbolt 5 times slowly. Feel every turn. Notice where it catches. Notice where it drags. You can test this right now. Go lock your door. Does it move smoothly? Or do you have to push the door to make it catch? If you have to push, you have learned something. You know exactly what that lock needs. Helen is 84. She runs her hand along the cold glass of her front door every night. She told me, "I checked it every night for 50 years. It never came loose. But I always checked." Know the feel of your own lock. The real threat to your independence isn't your bank balance. It's the slow, quiet handover of your daily decisions to everything and everyone around you. The mail, the doorbell, the microwave, the calendar. Those things are not your bosses. They are tools. They work for you. So today, look before you open. Circle one thing on your junk mail. Make a call with no reason. Move that chair. Unplug the microwave. Write something on next Tuesday. Say you don't know. Let the trash wait. Put your keys where your hand goes. And feel your lock turn in your hand. I want to ask you something. What's one decision you made today that you didn't realize was being made for you? Drop it in the comments. I'd like to know what you've spotted. Next time, we're going to talk about the one drawer in your house that quietly collects more power over your day than you think. I found something in that drawer that completely changed how I look at my own morning routine. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. You built your life. You have run it well. You can still run it exactly the way you want.